How's it going? Thought I'd do a bit of an update clip on the garden now that I can walk properly and show you what's been growing on in the last couple of weeks. Start out the front here, and it's changed a bit. We now have 2 asparagus beds out the front here. They're both wicking beds. I've moved up from down the back, the source of some of my pain lately, and they look to be doing alright. Some of the crowns I've transplanted are already shot, and these are some seedlings that a friend sent us, and they're doing well too. I actually posted a clip on how I planted these guys out yesterday, so have a look up there if you're interested, just to see how I planted these guys out. I have modified the way I've set up the wicking beds, and I'll actually do another clip on them when I put some of the others out up here. What we've got here, just to show you the layout of the front yard, we've got north roughly in that direction, so that is west. Now in winter, after about 11 o'clock, we start to get shade all along the front here. So what I've decided to do is put the IBC beds all along the front here. So winter crops, pretty much all we can plant things like brassicas and some of the shade loving crops, some of the other leafy greens like lettuce and bits and pieces like that. But during summer we can plant out crops that like a bit of sun and then die back in winter because they don't need the winter sun. So asparagus are ideal. Yacon will probably go out here. Actually, Yacon will, 2 IBCs of Yacon, 2 IBCs of ginger, and 2 of turmeric will go along the front here. So we'll end up with 8 beds. And then, like I said, come winter, we can plant more shade tolerant plants. Or the other idea is things like peas that will grow up over the height of the fence, so they'll be able to reach the sunlight. So that's what's going along the front there. The hay bale beds, these ones here aren't going that great, and the reason I think they aren't is because I've got brassicas planted in here. Brassicas really like a nice firm compact soil, so not rock hard but a nice firm soil. So the 2 collies on the end here actually started to bolt to seed, and I harvested them the other night. We had them in a bit of a Thai curry, and this one here has already gone to seed, so we might actually just take this off, give you a bit of a look. So that one there has definitely gone to seed and has picked up a tomato hitchhiker. Might just pull him out. The kohlrabi, the bulbs on these guys are forming up nicely, so a bit glary, you might not be able to see, but getting some nice little bulbs forming them there. And this broccoli appears to be going alright as well. The little flower heads on the broccoli look like they might be getting ready to open, so we might actually harvest these heads. The beauty of broccoli is though, once you chop the head off you get the side shoots, hopefully, cross fingers. So actually I've pulled this off and look what comes in. Cabbage butterfly. So we'll cover these guys up again. So this bed as a whole is going really well. The potatoes here are booming along. I've actually added a little bit more hay and also some more horse manure on top. And some soil. When I transplanted the asparagus I had to wash out the soil from the roots, so that's all gone in here as well. So it looks like we might actually get our first decent yield of potatoes, so fingers crossed for those guys. They should be ready in about 4 weeks time, I think. The honey pod peas here are doing really well, I think. They're starting to flower up, so we'll get a nice harvest of honey pod peas very soon. I'm finding I'm having to water the hay bales a bit more. We haven't had that much rain in the last couple of weeks. Had a few showers yesterday. It was a bit drizzly, but not enough to keep these bales moist. Over here we have some problems with our tomatoes. I really need to get a fungicide spray in here. As you can see, it's looking pretty tragic. I'm just going to use bicarbonate of soda or baking soda just to give them a spray, and that'll knock any of that stuff off. So we have got some nice looking fruit on there though. These are the tigerellas. You can see the stripes in the flesh. So thank you very much Paul and Christy. They're doing really, really well. The Peter peppers here are doing fairly well. Can't complain at all. Lots of flowers. One's an orange and one's a yellow variety. So lots of flowers but no real fruit set as of yet. So I've been giving these a bit of a shake just to help the pollination. You can do that with tomatoes, eggplants and capsicums. Just give them a bit of a tap and it helps pollinate them. So hopefully we'll see some fruit. It'd be nice to get some chilies on those guys in the middle of winter. The red sorrel's doing really well. We've been enjoying this in a lot of salads. Some will come off tonight for some Mexican style wraps. Having a bit of a chili mince wrap, so these guys will go great in that. And the garlic, we're down to 5, I can count 5 garlic. 3 have died on us. The bale beds, as far as I'm concerned, while they're not powering as along as a lot of really high, well-fed soil beds do, for what they are, I think they're doing really well. They are making mulch. That's the main purpose of them. They're making mulch for next year, so this stuff here will go along the top of all those beds along there. So they'll get top dressed with manure, and then this stuff will be broken up and put on top. Pigeon pea still booming, still bringing in the small native bees. We've got a lot of peas on. The original idea of this was to use it as a chop and drop mulch, but as you can see, we've never gotten around to that. So what we're doing now is just going to let all the pea pods mature, and we're going to harvest them, as many as we can, dry them out and see if we can use them like a chickpea to make dal, and also hummus. You make nice hummus dips out of this stuff as well, apparently. Just down the side here, that's the barrels the asparagus came from. The soil in there I'm keeping to one side. Because asparagus has been growing in there, it should be fairly, well actually it should be nematode free. Asparagus are nematode resistant, and I didn't see any sign of nematode on the roots. Not nematodes, that is, the bad guys, not the good nematodes. Saw no evidence of the damage on the roots. So this soil I'm keeping separate, and I'll be using that in these two wicking barrels when I remake them. They're the old style. I'm going to make them into the donut ones, so they'll have plants put in them, maybe the pawpaw that's down there, and yeah, I'll know they're nematode free. And the rest of the plants down here, I'll just give you a quick look down the side here. We have all our pineapples moved out here. As you can see, it's nice and sunny because of the northerly aspect. And down here we have some plants we're trying to overwinter. This is the purple flesh sweet potato we saved from the asparagus pot when we potted him out the other day. He's doing all right there. This is an heirloom variety that I've lost the name of, just overwintering him there. A little Thai basil that just sprung up in the garden, self-sown. We thought we'd pop him in the sun and see if we can get him to grow through. And down here I have some turmeric mothers. I harvested the turmeric a while ago. I haven't popped a clip up yet, but that's just in there overwintering. This is a, what's this one? This is a white flesh purple skin sweet potato, lemongrass, and our warrigal greens or New Zealand spinach is really thriving in this pot. I really have nowhere for him to go out at the moment, so I'm just leaving him there. So anyway, there you go. There's a bit of a roundup of how the front yard's going. I tend to natter on a bit, so I'll do a separate update for the backyard. So change of plans. Sorry about that. So if you do have any comments, questions, suggestions about anything you've seen here, just drop them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Other than that, I hope you all have a great one and take it easy. Catch ya.